Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're playing some history of Easter videos. I want to do a part 2 of this to get ready for the Easter. Today's Easter, why not?
Always feels better to be busy. It always feels better to have something to do. My little walking guys. So yeah, keep in mind, like I do push myself too hard sometimes, and that's okay sometimes. But I'm not. I'm okay. I think you understand. I understand people worry about me, and I appreciate that worry, but please don't worry. Like for the most part, take half my body. For the most part, like, I do what feels right, and I do what
Welcome to Bedtime History. Do you know what holiday it is this week? If you guessed Easter, you were right. I have lots of fun Easter memories as a child. I remember waking up and searching the house for my Easter basket. When I found the basket, it often had candy and games and other little treats inside. Then later we'd go to our grandparents' house. But the only way we could find our Easter baskets there was by following a very long piece of yarn all around the backyard. We also did an Easter egg hunt at my house and our grandparents, and we loved searching the backyard for hidden plastic eggs.
It's Easter
The eggs usually had candy in them, sometimes they even had coins. Have you ever wondered how the Easter holiday came to be? Like most holidays, it goes very far back and usually started as a religious holiday. That's where the word holiday comes from, the two words holy day. The Easter holiday was first started by Christians who used the holiday to celebrate their belief in Jesus Christ and his resurrection or rising from the dead. For many, the holiday includes an entire week of celebration. The first day is called Palm Sunday, celebrating the day Jesus entered the city of Jerusalem. Other events during the week were his Last Supper with his apostles, then his death on the cross, now called Good Friday. The final day is Easter Sunday, celebrating his resurrection. Many Christians also participate in a 40-day religious observance called Lent that begins on Ash Wednesday, which involves fasting, which means not eating, and giving up certain luxuries to remember the Bible story of Jesus' 40-day fast in the desert. The Christian holiday of Easter is also linked to the Jewish holiday of Passover, because Jesus was in Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover at the time of his death. Today, Jewish families celebrate Passover each year to remember the liberation of their ancestors from slavery in Egypt. Passover celebrations include a special meal, prayers, singing, and the telling of the story of Passover. While early Christians were celebrating the resurrection of Jesus for many years, evidence of Easter being a formal festival shows up around 200 years after Jesus' death. In our day, many Christians who celebrate Easter go to a church service along with other traditions that have been added onto Easter. One of the most popular Easter traditions involves the Easter egg. For many years, the egg has been a symbol of new life and rebirth. The Easter egg tradition started several hundred years ago among early Christians in Mesopotamia. At the time, they used natural items to dye eggs such as onion peels, tree bark, flower petals, and juices. Today, families often hard-boil eggs and then dye them different colors and decorate them with patterns and stickers. Many families like mine also buy plastic eggs, fill them with candy, and hide them around the house or yard. Kids love seeking out the eggs, filling their baskets with them, and cracking them open to see what treats await inside. Another popular Easter tradition is the Easter Bunny. Many years ago in the 1600s, German families first included the tradition of the Easter Bunny, who was much like Santa Claus, playing the role of judge to decide whether their children had been naughty or nice and deserved Easter treats. The kids who had been good received a basket with candy and toys on Easter Day. Another fun tradition in the United States is the White House Easter egg roll. No one knows quite when the tradition first started, but some say informal egg rolling parties started when Abraham Lincoln was president. Eventually, this tradition became so popular, rolling eggs on the U.S. Capitol's West Ground, that President Ulysses S. Grant signed a bill banning rolling eggs, saying that it was causing problems with the grass. But in 1878, a group of children walked up to the White House gate hoping to be able to roll eggs there. The president at the time was Rutherford B. Hayes, and he told the guards to let the children enter and play egg rolling games. From then on, Easter Monday festivities at the White House became a yearly tradition. It has also become a tradition that the First Lady, the president's wife, plans and hosts the event. In the most recent event, nearly 30,000 people who won tickets attend the White House Easter egg roll. Today, Easter has become a very popular, even worldwide holiday where people share candy, cards, and treats. Americans spend around $1.9 billion on Easter candy. Easter has become the second biggest candy holiday after Halloween. An estimated 1.5 billion marshmallow peeps are eaten during the Easter season. Around 180 million eggs are purchased during Easter, with around 16 billion jelly beans and 90 million chocolate bunnies. When asked, 89% of Americans said chocolate bunnies should be eaten ears first. 6% said bunnies should be eaten feet first, and 5% said that they should be eaten tail first. Remember, candy is fun to eat, but be sure to not overdo it. One of the best parts of any holiday is enjoying time with family and doing nice things for others. So think about how you can spend time with your family and sharing the fun with others this Easter season.
It's more of me to try to push her to do things that she is not feeling up to. And sometimes she may be able to do it, but if she pushed herself to do that, then she wouldn't be able to do something else. Because when you have Jesus, you have a certain amount of energy to pull from. Like you have a certain amount of energy.
The Easter Bunny, that floppy-eared rabbit of candy bringing goodness that delivers chocolate eggs to kids and parents alike, as well as bringing out their creative side when decorating their own non-chocolate
What do you know about
to the table.
What do you know?
Bring out that family rivalry when the topic of conversation will be which decorated egg looks
What do you know
best.
about decoration eggs?
How did the Easter Bunny and Easter eggs actually come about? Well, what we have to do
What do you know about
is separate
bunny
the
cereal?
fact that the Easter Bunny has no traditional root in actual
They
Christian
believe in the
celebration
1600s, the
in
Easter
which
Bunny.
Jesus was said to be resurrected.
Go back to
In
the
fact,
1600s.
like with most unusual traditions, its origins might stem more from pagan religion. The most common theory is that the Easter Bunny comes from the Anglo-Saxon pagan festival of Ustra, in which the festival would celebrate the welcoming of spring in either March or April. Ustra was a Saxon goddess of fertility, whose animal symbol was a bunny, because in nature, rabbits are known for their energetic breeding, which have traditionally symbolised fertility. This resulted in eggs being eaten at the festival, as well as being buried in the ground to encourage fertility. Because of this, over time, Ustra became Easter. But then, like with most traditions, it eventually died out and was replaced by the Christian Paschal month, a celebration of the resurrection of Jesus. But why decorate the eggs? Well, some of the earliest evidence comes from 1290, in which Edward I's household bought 450 eggs to be dyed in his royal entourage for Easter. And partially because churches in the 13th century had their congregations abstain from eggs during Lent, allowing them to be consumed again on Easter. But it wasn't until the 19th century Russian high society started exchanging ornately decorated eggs, even jewel-encrusted ones, on Easter. So on to the final mystery of how this tradition travelled over to America. Well, the most common theory is that in the 1700s, when German immigrants who settled in Pennsylvania had transported their tradition of an egg-laying hare called Osterhorse, in which their children made nests in which this creature could lay its coloured eggs. Eventually, the custom spread across the US. eventually expanding to include chocolate and other types of candy and gifts, while decorated baskets replaced nests. Additionally, children often left out carrots for the bunny in case he got hungry from all of his hopping. But on an interesting final
Fact
note,
about the Easter Bunny.
bunnies aren't the only animal traditionally associated with Easter. In fact, some identify the holiday with other types of animals like foxes or cuckoo birds. Either way, Easter eggs and the bunny or animal that delivers them brings so much joy to lots of people that whatever its origin, the happiness that they bring is more important than anything else. And so ends the origin of the Easter Bunny and the Easter eggs.
My life ended up canceling other things. I ended up just going ahead and going to Alaska with Jen. But the countries are the U.S., Canada, and quite a few countries. The only real Mexican videos on this channel are what I filmed in Tijuana, what I visited with Adam a few years back, and then I was in the Bahamas recently.
The Easter Bunny has become a main symbol of the Easter holiday in the United States and many other Western countries. Where did it come from? The hare, or rabbit, is strongly represented in world mythology, and from ancient times has had divine associations. Its elusiveness and unusual behavior, particularly at night, has reinforced its reputation
What do
as
you
a
know about the
magical creature.
Easter Bunny?
The
Not
hare was
real.
believed to have mystical links to the female cycle and to the moon which governed it. Eggs, like rabbits and hares, are fertility symbols of antiquity. Since birds lay eggs, and rabbits and hares give birth to large litters in the early spring, these became symbols of the rising fertility of the earth at the time of the vernal equinox, or the later Easter holiday tradition. Also, in ancient times, it was believed that the hare could reproduce without the loss of virginity. It was this belief that led the hare to be associated with the Virgin Mary of the Christian religion, who gave birth to Jesus as a virgin. In medieval times, hares were a popular motif in church art. They appeared in illuminated manuscripts and Northern European paintings of the Virgin and Christ child. The first known reference of an Easter rabbit bringing eggs to children was from German professor Georg Frank von Frankenau in his book titled About Easter Eggs, written in 1682, referencing the local tradition in Germany. German Protestants also continued an old Orthodox Christian tradition of eating colored eggs for the holiday. Orthodox Christians used to fast for Lent, then eat boiled or roasted eggs to break the fast. However, the German Protestants did not continue the tradition of fasting and just ate the eggs for celebration of the holiday. German immigrants to the United States in the 18th century brought the idea of an egg-giving Easter hare. Protestant Germans in the Pennsylvania Dutch area told their children about the Osterhaus, or Easter Bunny in English. According to the legend, only good children received gifts of colored eggs in the nests that they made in their caps and bonnets before Easter. This tradition eventually grew to other areas of the United States, and its popularity spread to other Western countries in the years and centuries that followed. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos.
You're visiting Alaska because you want to visit all 50 states first, I guess. Exactly. You're on the same wavelength, yeah. Which I always said to myself, that was always my excuse. People ask, when are you going to go overseas? When are you going to go to other countries? I'm like, I can't. I have to visit all 50 states first. I would feel wrong to not visit all 50 states.
Today's question is, what is the origin of the Easter Bunny and Easter eggs? In this video, I'll answer that question from a historical and biblical perspective. Afterwards, I'll share some helpful resources, so stick around until the end.
An outfit for everything.
It is commonly thought that the word Easter comes from a pagan figure called Easter, who was celebrated as the goddess of spring by the Saxons of Northern Europe. The only problem with this theory is that it has no basis in history, the existence of a goddess.
Was going international.
All right. If you like my channel, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more retro content. Thank you. Bye.